Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the new DFE TEQ Android 17 future and Android 18 future. Now in terms of leader skill, they have a Worldwide Chaos and a Future Saga leader skill all at 170%, which is pretty damn good. The Worldwide Chaos category overall is kind of like a Sworn Enemies, minus the Freezer and add in some Android units. Then of course if we take a look at their super attack ability, they raise their attack and defense for 1 turn, and they also seal the enemy with their super attack, which is pretty good, useful for content such as ESBR and SBR. In terms of passive, it's pretty nuts. So it is a attack of 170% and defense of 180%. They then also will randomly change key spheres that are excluding tech type key spheres into tech type key spheres. They will gain attack and defense of 35% per tech type key sphere that they obtain, or they will gain attack of 18% and defense of 17% per other tech or other type of key sphere that they obtain. Should they obtain 7 or more key spheres, they will have attack of 70% additional. If they obtain 8 or more, they will have defense of 80% or more additional. They also will get the ability to nullify key attacks should they have more than 35% health. All key based attacks will be nullified, and if they are below or you are below 35% health, they will fire an additional super attack, which is pretty damn good. So yeah, overall they have a pretty wild passive. Then in terms of active skill, they will delay the enemy's attack by 1 turn if there is 1 enemy with 35% health or more, or if there are 3 enemies, they will delay the attack by 1 turn. And yeah, that is pretty much it. In terms of their links, they have Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Organic Upgrade, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, and Dismal Future. And in terms of categories, they're probably best run on the Androids category or the Future Saga category. But yeah, I think the Androids category is by far and away their best category. Worldwide Chaos is okay, but with only 1 lead being them. Obviously it's a pretty good category, but yeah, just not really the greatest team to run units on when there's only 1 lead. Just makes it pretty difficult. Other than that, they look pretty damn good, so we'll take a look at how they perform in various teams, starting with the Future Saga team, and then we'll jump across and see how they perform in a Worldwide Chaos Androids hybrid team, and then we'll take a look from there. But yeah, so this is how they are going to line up on the Future Saga team. So Future Saga is an okay team for them. The main problem with these guys is that they don't necessarily have the world's greatest link partners. They're heavily reliant on getting a lot of their links from units like the Android 17 future and Android 18 future. So for the most part, it's not like they have the best linking partners in the world. That being said, they are still a pretty solid unit. So here we have 113k defense. We're going to pick up quite a lot of orbs. This will activate all of our passive, plus it's mainly tech. And we have 233 defense. So yeah, pretty damn good from this unit. Really impressive. That orb changing is really going to help them. The ability to change orbs is quite important for them. It allows them to get a lot more orbs onto the field. It allows them to obviously activate the majority of their passive. In terms of them as a unit, just like thinking about them overall, they bring a lot to the table. So they obviously have the ability to seal. That's going to be super useful for content like ESBR and SBR. And they also, do have the key nullifying ability. Now, the ability to nullify key-based super attacks is pretty impressive, and it's going to help out in a lot of content, not just ESBR, SBR. We're talking Ultimate Clash, we're talking, LGEGT, we're talking pretty much every event in the game, because key-based supers make up a majority of the game, and are quite common. It's really helpful, the fact that they just straight up negate this aspect of the battle, which is really good for them. So nullifying those key-based supers is really good. Obviously, that brings a lot to the table. They can seal for content like ESPR and SBR. They gain that additional attack, which is pretty good. If we're taking a look at like just things they bring to the table, obviously below 35%, them getting that additional super attack can help in a tight situation. The additional damage, obviously, but also the additional defense that it makes them bring to the table. So yeah, overall a pretty interesting performance by them. Here we're going to see another big attack stat. Again, their defense pretty rock solid, 3.5 million. Defense also pretty damn rock solid. Remember, this unit is only 55%, so we're not even tapping into the full spectrum of their power. It's not like we're seeing a rainbow unit or anything like that. We are just seeing a 55% unit. So yeah, just very impressive. Like when you see units that can do numbers like this at 55%, like, yes, the orbs are an important mechanic, and we will see how it drops down a little bit with the orbs. If you change them from tech type to things like that, if you don't get the full amount to activate their additional defense and attack, obviously, naturally, it is going to affect their performance. It's very difficult to not have it affect their performance. But, it's not imperative for them. They are still very, very, very good. Even if they're not, managing to activate their full passive. Like, they don't need the full passive to do good numbers, even at 55%. Plus, their active skill is super helpful. The ability to delay enemy attacks for a turn is something that's incredibly helpful in pretty much every bit of content. LGEGT, Gods of Destruction event, ESBR, SBR, any hard content, delaying your enemy's attacks for a whole turn is always going to help you. So yeah, pretty good by them. So yeah, you can see here the numbers do drop. We didn't manage to get all tech orbs like we have been the last 2 turns. So you'll see that the numbers do drop. We did have all 6 links active, however, so the offensive numbers still look pretty damn good. But you can see that the defense did take a toll. And that is just because we also didn't activate the defense portion of the passive. One really cool thing about them is you do have a little bit of setup ability. So obviously, because you know that they are going to change one type except for tech orbs, you can kind of do the situation whereby if you see tech orbs on the field before they appear, you can kind of clean up the map or try and get more units or more orb typings off the field, that basically, so that if orbs were to change, you would essentially allow them to change into tech, thus creating a pretty good field for them to pull from in the next turn that they appear. So overall, it is pretty good. They are really, really super duper rock solid, and I just really like what they bring to the table. I think they're really, really good. So for me, yeah, I think they're great. I think they're an awesome unit. There's some limitations on them, so not having the perfect link partner is a little bit of an issue. We'll give you a scenario here, like they only get 3 orbs. 143k is not bad. Like, I look at units like Strength Vegeta, and how he performs, what his defense is like and everything like that, and he's a fantastic offensive unit, don't get me wrong. But his defense can also be a bit lacking. Whereas with these guys, it's completely different. 55%, they can hit 143k with just 3 orbs. And yeah, they're just very, very good. They are a bit more limited. Vegeta does have a lot more options in terms of categories, whereas these guys realistically are only running on a couple teams. They're going to be run on androids pretty effectively, which is good. Future Saga, they are able to run decently as well. Maybe not perfectly, but they will be able to run decently. And yeah, Join Forces, probably not a super effective unit. Androids, like I said, is probably their best team. Worldwide Chaos is also okay for them. But yeah, the main reason is we just don't really have a super duper good, like, 17 future or 18 future. The moment we do, these guys will shoot up in the charts. It's kind of like a Bojack situation. those kind of units, or what we're seeing now with the Super 17 LR, who's now got some pretty good pairing partners in the form of the Intel Fighter 17, the AGL 17. Like, we take a look at these things, and essentially, once these units get like a good pairing partner, they all of a sudden just perform a lot better. They just look a lot better, they perform a lot better, they just bring a lot more to the table because they're getting all their links active, but they're also getting a lot more out of the reciprocal unit. So right now, to get the best out of these guys, you have to kind of run a subpar unit alongside them, which to the most part is detrimental to them and to your team build. So it's not so great to utilize them, but once they have a good partner that's on 3 or 4 of their teams, you'll really see a super duper performance out of them. So yeah, we're running them on the Worldwide Chaos team right now, or a hybrid Worldwide Chaos Androids kind of team. I don't have them as a unit, so I'm just trying to show a little bit more of a creative kind of build around them. But I also want to show how they don't necessarily link the best with like just plain Androids units. So this guy is level 10 linked as units, which is pretty good. We did get a decent amount of orbs there as well. So we'll see what kind of attack stat we're putting out. We do have some support on this rotation, 2.97, pretty decent. But yeah, like I mentioned, they don't necessarily just link great just with every Android unit. A lot of the links are kind of Future Saga focused and also Future Android 17 focused. So things like Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, and Organic Upgrade aren't links you will find on Android 17 and 18 units in general. Twin Terrors, Android Assault, things like that you find on pretty much every Android 17 and 18 unit, but you're not going to find like Organic Upgrade, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown on all of them. It's a very Android 17, 18 future specific kind of link set, and because of that, they can actually struggle to just link with, like, you're not just going to stick an Android 18 next to the TEQ 17, 18 future and you're going to see, wow, got a lot of links active. You actually might not get that many links active at all. You'll see now, again here, we're only getting like 2 links active. It's just not necessarily the greatest in terms of link set. We are going to get some pretty good numbers here. We get really good orbs activating both portions of the passive. You can see they're up to 301. They do have a bit of support here, so we should see probably their highest attack stat of the day, but we'll definitely see something really, really good here. They don't have all their links active, but this guy did level 10 link his unit. This is a 55% unit, however, so this, 4.5 million, really good. So yeah, we're just seeing some really solid numbers from them. Even at 55%, they have a lot of support on this rotation, but they don't necessarily have every link. And this isn't like fully tapping their power. There's ways to really, really beef these guys up and just make them an absolute beast when it comes to performance. So yeah, from my point of view, I'm gonna say that they're really good. I think they're great. I think they're a little bit limited category wise, they're a tiny bit limited partner wise, but I actually don't think either of those things affects them, because they generate their own orbs, because they can bring that to the table. They manage to effectively like solve their key problems, like the fact that they don't suffer overall, the fact that they can bring all these types of things to the table means that they don't like have issues in terms of key. They don't have issues in terms of like actually performing to a super solid level. So from my perspective, I'm gonna say that they're just really good. They're a really top tier unit, and even at 55%, they can probably help you out in a lot of the top level content for the game. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So I think we've seen everything we need to see from them in terms of numbers. I don't really think there's much more that we need to see in terms of numbers or things like that. We'll definitely take a look at their link set now, who they link really well with, and who you should link them with. In terms of links, you're probably going to want to focus on things like Android Assault. You are probably going to want to focus on links like, Twin Terrors. You're going to want to focus on maybe Dismal Future for a Future Saga based team, but they don't really have a lot of fantastic link partners. Like if you don't have an Android 17-18 Future unit to link them with, then it's not like you're going to automatically find the answer in another unit. They are quite peculiar in that way. They are quite unique in that way. But yeah, if we take a look at just their link set in general, if we just pick up some simple things, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, Dismal Future, you can see that they do have some kind of options in the form of the Goku Rose, Goku Blacks. Obviously, Goku Black, Goku Rose, probably one of the units that hasn't seen a lot of love recently, especially since the AGL Goku Rose EZA. But still some usable units there, especially on the Worldwide Chaos category, which they're a part of. So there is some kind of like usability there that you can do with them. Then yeah, if we take a look at the other link set, factoring in Twin Terrors, things like that, organic upgrade, we're mainly getting Android 17-18 Future units, and you can pretty much see that here, or Android 17-18 Future units. Nothing else really that's coming to the table, and that's because of organic upgrade. It's a very specific link. It's like Gentleman and things like that. It's just a very specific link that you're not really going to be able to just easily activate elsewhere. But we do see how great a free-to-play option is. This Android 17 here gave them 6 links, so they do have some really good free-to-play options who, the moment they get an EZA, will be really solid options to run with these guys, because they're also on every category pretty much except for Joined Forces. And then if we remove that, you can see that yeah, they do link okay with Android 17-18 units, but if you look at a lot of them, you're only really seeing 2, maybe 3 links at best. And so yeah, there is a limitation. Like if it's not the specific Android 17-18 Future units, there is an actual limitation on what kind of links they're gonna get. So yeah, that's pretty much it though. There's not too much diversity in their link set, so that's really it when it comes to like overall their best linking partners and performance. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Let me know what you think about them. Do you think they're any good? Do you not think they're good? Have you used them? Have you not used them? And leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.